Hello, this is Top Preps Player Interviews by Sunil Sunder. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Koren Robinson, a senior at Newman Goretti High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and a defensive tackle on the varsity football team. Once again, Koren, thank you so much for the opportunity. Great to be speaking with you, and congrats on your success, I said, on the gridiron.
Thank you for seeing me. Uh, Other than that, you got the floor right now. Go ahead.
All right, let's talk about your senior year so far here, Koren. It said Blue Division champs in 2023.
Right,
It said this defense has been dominant. It said after that first loss of the season, now reeling off 10 wins in a row.
that's
Could you
right.
talk about, this is a stout, it said team here, just clicking on all cylinders. Just speak to, again, how good of a feeling it is.
So we took that loss in the first game, but that's fine. We got it together after that. It was a great 10 season win, and then we kept gaining momentum after game after game, and we kept getting together and together. The defense the defense started locking in, the offense started locking in, and man, we got Scram Prep right up on the list with us.
I think after that first game where he yielded 35 points, I think you guys have given up a grand total of 48 points. I mean, as you said, I mean, you guys after that were just lights out. I mean, that's just again is incredible. I mean, just talk about like just the attention to detail. I'm sure said working in practice, looking at game film. You guys said we're on spot. I mean, once you hit that field, I mean, it said teams were not able to said put up points and then run or pass the ball as well here, Koren.
That's right. Our secondary is very strong. You can't pass a ball on our secondary. Up front, scary. We're scary up front. We dominate every time up front, and it's no offensive lineman, and it's no tight end. It's nothing an offense can do to our defense that can scare us at all.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of the line of scrimmage in the trenches, looking at your videos, as said per se, I mean, just explosive off the snap of the ball, and really hitting, as said the spot, said once I mean, just where you seem like the running backs, had a clear lane. You guys closed in on that, having those impact plays. And let's talk about you, personally. For heading into this season, ranked amongst the Pennsylvania's top high school defensive players. I'm sure that provided a lot of extra motivation and boost for you personally here, Koren.
Always. I don't. Me personally, I pay attention to the internet, but not all the time. I just run off my own thoughts all the time. What am
Mm-hmm.
I going to game? What I want to do this game? Me personally, I just have fun on the field. That's what I
Yeah,
like to do.
that's great. That's great. Hey, before we come on the air, you play multiple positions. There's not a position that
That I can't.
you have said not been at. Let's talk about defensive tackle, defensive lineman, nose guard, tackle. I mean, trick of all trades. I mean, the fact that you're so versatile and that you can switch from one position to another, again, makes you a very dangerous man on the field. I mean, talk about, again, the fact that, it's just, to make that transition is not easy. You've been able to meet that head on.
That's right. I'm not afraid of no position at all. As long as my hand is in the dirt, or I can stand up and play DN if I really wanted to. But as long as I can play in the trenches and put hands on people, that's what I love.
Yeah, let's just talk about break it down in terms of your technique, your form, because there's a
Mhm.
lot that goes into it. I don't think people realize how much work you have to do in terms of. I mean, football has become 24/7, 365,
That's
and
right.
I have to ask you just in terms of playing these positions, what you do per se. I mean, just I'm sure working with the coaches as well here, Koren.
Um, wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question one more time? I'm
No, I was
sorry.
just saying that in terms of your technique, your form, said you have to work at your craft,
Mhm.
it said consistently. I'm sure that involves, again, having meetings with your coaches on the practice field, that the repetitions, the reps, that really does benefit you as the season progresses.
Of course, of course. I stay in the gym and I just always focus on moving my hands and my technique with my hands. That's
Mhm.
all I stay pump iron and work on my hands.
Hey, second team All State. You've earned, I said, a bunch of accolades. I mean, how important? I mean, the wins on, then of course, I said, notching a championship are most important. But to be recognized by the coaches, by your peers, I'm
Mhm.
sure that again is very fulfilling for you.
It feels great to be recognized by coaches and peers, man. I love the fact that people recognize the work I put in to make all second team All State, and I always work harder to get more and more.
Mhm. Hey, I was wondering, heading into your senior year here in Newman Goretti, just the expectations. Did you sense, coming off last year, 2022, 11-4, 5-4 in the conference, you guys
Mhm.
reached, said the championship game. I know it was a heartbreaking loss to Belle Vernon, 9-8, on a fumble at the 1 yard line, absolutely crushing. But did you sense that this team could have, could repeat and could, replicate, said what the last year's success as well?
So with that, our team always gets better over years. And once once we took that loss during the state chip, that was the fire. We needed that.
Mhm.
The fire we needed. We gonna get back there and we gonna win it this time.
Yeah. How rewarding has it been to be a part of a winning culture, championship culture? 2021, 12-2, undefeated in the conference. That's all you've been accustomed to. I mean, that's just, I mean, that's got to be very rewarding. The fact that, it said every year, it said the coaches, I mean, this program, the structure is in place. The fact that you guys, it said there's no drop off. It just, you keep on rising. You keep on, said, striving forward. Just to speak to that, Koren.
Our coaches always make sure they push us and make sure we strive for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Like Coach Albie always makes sure, it's Coach Keem, Coach Boosie, Coach Byron, they always make sure we strive for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
It's the moment that there's never a moment that they're down. They always are on go. They always want us to go for greatness.
Mm-hmm. Hey, 6'2", 287. I wanted to get a pivot to strength and conditioning,
Mhm.
nutrition. Just there's a lot of components that go into in terms of preparing for a season. Talk about how you've been able to maintain just mentally, physically, and just in terms of the grind, the rigors of a season. You take a lot of punishment every single week. Every game. What have you been able to do just to again be on the top of your game here, Corin?
So what I do personally is I do strength training. Basically, I lift like a power lifter.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but sometimes I slim down. But I always lift like a power lifter, and I always get that 1.5 mile run in.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
for that them bumps and bruises that I get on them weekends, I go to
mhm.
cryotherapy, cryo Philly. They're called. Great
Okay.
place to.
Yeah.
And mentally, how I get prepared. You just gotta. I watch film before every game, before at night. Watch
Mhm.
film. That gets me locked in most of the time.
Yeah. No, it's great. I can see you're a true student of the game, very meticulous about that. Hey, you're wearing those chains, the letter K, the number 54. What does it mean to put on? What does it mean to put on that Saints number 54 jersey and helmet every time you take that field, Corin?
So mentally, I go to a different place when I put my helmet and my jersey on.
Hmm.
I go to, I go from all right, let's stay calm to I want to go mad on the field. Like
Hmm.
I'm a mad dog on the field. I'm crazy. When I get a tackle, I just do whatever to celebrate.
Yeah.
And I just love putting on that helmet in that jersey every day.
Yeah, this is wonderful to hear. Hey, let's go to playing games at home games at Newman Goretti High School. Talk about Friday night lights, Saturday afternoons during the fall. What is that environment? It must be electric. Just in terms of you go through, the course of a week with practices and watching film, and then come Friday night or Saturday afternoon.
Mhm.
It's a different, again, different animal just in terms of the locker room and then that running onto the field and just the environment, the overall ambience, you know, coaches, fans, cheerleaders, band. Just talk about how again how unique that is for you and how especially here in your senior year.
So once all of us get on that bus and get off that bus, we get into the locker room, we getting fired up.
Yeah.
Everybody's listening to music, everybody's doing their own thing, and we getting hype. Once we run onto that field, once we run onto that field, our fans go crazy. Mostly, so we got our students and then we got our parents.
Yeah.
Our parents time is louder than the students. And then our cheerleaders do great during the game. Even though I be tunneled in. I be
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because always interested from a player's perspective what they're experiencing during the course of a game, and just the fact that you block out all that noise and focus at the task at hand, and ready to battle, said for all 48 minutes. That's again, outstanding. Hey, let's on the flip side, let's talk about those road games because that's again something that I'm sure that you guys embrace. That challenge. I said going to hostile territory, and it's almost like that. Me against you, and talk about that. I'm sure that's something you've been able to rejoice in as well.
So when it comes to going on the road, it's almost the same thing getting off the bus. We get in that locker room, we get fired up. But when we come out to the field, most of the time, it's gonna be our parents there again, louder,
Yeah.
louder than most of the people. And we love like shutting down a team and then they fans go dead silent. We love that.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, let's switch up here to just not about being an athlete, it's being a student athlete. And
Mm.
you definitely have been able to excel in the classroom. 3.9 GPA. That's no easy, task. I mean, that's not easy to accomplish because of again, how much you have to pay attention to the game of football in terms of the practices, the games, the lifts, watching film. Talk about just in terms of time management, organization, how you've been able to balance that out, Koren.
So it's not easy being a student athlete, but if you can put your body, your mind, and your time into what you care for, you'll get it done. Like
Mhm.
I come for practice, I do my homework, go to the gym. That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's how I do it.
it's great. It's terrific to hear. Hey, just in terms of the support from the Newman Goretti High School student body, the administration, athletic department, I'm sure that that's pivotal for you. It said here, and especially in your senior year. Talk about how again that has played an essential role in your success here.
Newman Newman's a great place. They love athletes. They love us all. Newman provides great support for us. Sometimes you even see teachers, administrators at the game, and
Mhm.
we just love to see them there. We'll say thank you for showing up.
Yeah,
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 it's just great. Newman's just a great place.
that's
People
great.
great, administration great. You'll run into some great friends.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. I know just as important is family. So I want to ask you what they've meant to you here along this athletic journey, academics, as well as, the game of football.
Mhm. My family, listen, my mom, my dad are one of my two greatest supporters I've ever had in my life, along with the family that comes with them. I love my family. You don't understand how much I love my family. They'll support me no matter what. I even had family from North Carolina come to a game one time.
Wow.
They I love my family.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful to hear that, to see your extended family as well, like, said support you at the games. Obviously we're playing the game of football for an extended amount of time. I want to ask you, what are some of the intangibles that stand out about this game that you love so much? Obviously you have that drive, you have that passion for it. uh what is it about that makes you want to continue, year after year here, Corin?
So the one thing I love about this game is the friends you can make. I've been playing football for I can't even tell you 10 years, 10, 12 years now,
Hmm.
and made some friends that have become like brothers to me.
Yeah.
That bond will never break.
Hmm.
I also just like hitting people.
Yeah. Hey, you're honest, man. Yeah, I give you a lot of credit. You don't shy away from it. But I agree. I think the brotherhood is just, again, so critical, because those relationships last way beyond, I said, the field, and in life, for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can go on. I mean, that's it'll never leave. That, it said you'll always have that, as you said, that bond. You'll have that common theme with them.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. Hey, before we came on there, we're talking about social media and, highlight videos. Obviously you've been able to tap into that, Huddle, X
Mm,
formerly known as Twitter, Instagram. You fielded offers already from Penn State, Mississippi State, Navy, and other schools. I
yeah.
mean,
I've
you know,
also got offers from Coastal Carolina, Liberty, um, Lock Haven, Gannon, uh, Bentley. I got a lot of interest and
yeah.
I watching them.
That's what I was going to say, that by utilizing these different, apps and, these sites to get your name out there and for people to see you on video, and the way you, again, you've been able to, like, really dominate, sit on the gridiron. That's got to
Right.
be very satisfying for you. And then to see it pay off in terms of these schools, said, looking at you and then offering you, said, to attend their, colleges and universities. Talk about the, again, just how meaningful that is.
Hmm. So it's very meaningful to where I like when schools text me. I like when coaches show love to me. It's
Hmm.
very I like that. I like how
Yeah.
I can the internet and things that my parents sometimes didn't have.
Hmm.
Like time I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, because we know how competitive it's out there, and, across social media, and the fact that you're trying to differentiate yourself from the rest of the pack. But again, you've been able to do that effectively. So that's, again, a testament to your hard work. Hey, with all these stresses, you need to, like, kick back. And I know that some of your hobbies are PlayStation and, as you said, chilling with your family and friends. So talk about those moments, when you're able to, like, take a step back and, clear your mind and, just, focus on those, important, tasks.
Yeah. So when it comes to hobbies, I gotta get that weightlifting in. That's one of
Yeah.
I love lifting heavy weight. That's
Yeah.
that's one of my great hobbies. But yep, that PlayStation and hanging out with my that's up there too. But
Yeah.
weightlifting, number one.
That's awesome. Hey, I have to ask you, when it comes to college football, NFL, what
Mhm.
players do you, definitely watch out for, and, try to take away some of their tendencies and maybe apply it to your game?
I definitely watch Jordan Davis, my big fella that hold down the middle of the line. Nobody runs on Jordan. And then it's Carter, the big man with a twitch. That's my guy too. But Aaron Donald,
Yeah.
just like 6'1", explosive, strong, can't be stopped. That's one of my guys too.
Yeah.
I like watching the decent defensive side of the ball.
Hmm.
I Everybody. I know a couple. I know a lot of people on a lot of teams, and they're all great at what they do.
Yeah, I mean, to see these guys who are nearly 300 pounds, even over that, I mean, the way they get that jump off the ball, and then they're just able to reach the quarterback in lightning speed as well as running back, or even on a pass play, like get down the field. That's just mesmerizing. But again, that's just that hard work. It's just getting after after day. As we talk 24/7, 365. I mean, that's if you want to be the best at your position, yeah, you got to put in the work on and off the field. And obviously, you can see the results have paid off, huge for these guys. Hey, Koren, I want to, before you get the final word and message here, and I'm sure that, as you know, you were a kid once, a lot of kids at these games watching, looking up to you guys. And, as we know, we live, I said, in a competitive world, people trying to figure out what sport they're good at and trying to move up the ladder. What would you say to them? What would be your advice and message for those younger kids and athletes?
My message would be, don't be afraid to try new things all the time. Like, some people might not know this, but I was a baseball guy once in a while.
Okay.
I played first base. So don't be afraid to jump into new things. Don't be afraid to try new things. Always be able to try new things. Always.
Yeah.
Also, be yourself and be honest all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, well said. So I'm wondering, it said, when was that time that you made the, pivot to football, or it was always football? Like I'm just wondering about that. Yeah.
So from the start, my pop put me right in football, flag
Okay.
football, and then contact football. And
Yeah.
I really fell in love with contact football. Like it was exciting. It was thrilling to
Yeah.
just hit people. Like that's part. Yeah, definitely shout out to Alany. That's where I started. Alany Eagles.
Okay. Okay.
Where I started at. It was a great place. I played for a lot of little league teams. I played
Mm-hmm.
for Swag Hawks, Long Crust, Black Hawks. The
Yeah.
Black Hawks got me that Newman offer.
Yeah. I think people, again, it's so vital in terms of that pipeline. When you play at that Pee Wee junior football and you move up, you eventually get into middle school, then eventually high school,
Mhm.
to build up that experience, and it's so valuable. And I think, again, people don't realize how, again, important that is. And it's great to see you've been able to year after year follow through that, I said, that process. Hey, Koren, you get the final word and message here, man. Well deserved, for family, friends, teammates, coaches, at Newman Goretti High School. And hey, city of Philadelphia, South Philly. I mean, just in terms of the community, I'm sure that's important as well for the football team and for the high school, for Newman Goretti High School. So I wanted to give you the floor. I'm sure there are a lot of people you want to thank here, Koren.
First, I want to thank my mom and my dad for getting me into this sport. I want to thank the coaches from Newman Goretti. I want to thank my little league teams for getting me to high school. And I want to thank my personal trainers, like everybody that's helped me get to where I am. And definitely shout out to EA Sports. That's my guy. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, go ahead.
Wherever I commit to, I get in the dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, whoever I commit to, they definitely getting one of the top dogs. Big.
Okay. That's awesome ending. Hey, Koren, just an incredible honor and privilege being able to speak with you. Congrats again on your success on the football field at Newman Goretti High School, and looking forward to seeing what you do in college.
Thank you.